After Salt Bae's first steakhouse opening in New York, food critics demolished his restaurant in their reviews, comparing his servings to hospital food, or going as far as calling his restaurant the worst restaurant in New York. People were already placing bets on when the restaurant will close, but the Meat King did not care. The critics made him just stronger. He kept working 16-hour shifts day by day, and today Salt Bae New York Steakhouse is one of the most successful restaurants in New York. You're watching The Art of Food, a place where you can come and feast your eyes on all things delicious. Salt Bae told in an interview that before he could open his first restaurant in the US, his visa got rejected 9 times before he eventually got approved. Never give up on your dreams is an advice Salt Bae gives to his fans. Salt Bae said that he has since become so famous that agents from the CIA and FBI escort him in the airport. Salt Bae's New York opening didn't go as smooth as planned. After an online article pointed out how it was a code violation to handle cooked meals with one's bare hands, Salt Bae landed in hot water with the health department. These things would shake most chefs to their core, but not Salt Bae, who immediately started to wear black gloves when he was preparing his meats. After all, Salt Bae was in New York to stay. He loves the energy of the city. For him, it's the center of the world. After ending his shifts, Salt Bae goes often around on the streets of New York to gift some money to the less fortunate. Some homeless people brighten up immediately when they get gifted a $100 bill. But what about the food in the Nusret Steakhouse? One of the more popular dishes in his New York restaurant is the Istanbul steak, a thick-cut strip loin meat for $100. Coming from muscles that do less work, strip loin steaks have less fat and connective tissue, making them lean, notably tender and juicy. This popular cut is best cooked using high-temperature methods. The Istanbul steak gets served rare and expertly sliced on your table, before the server can add Salt Bae's favorite ingredient, salt. For diners that have a large appetite, there is the Salt Bae Tomahawk for $275. The tomahawk steak is a very manly cut. It is marbled, moist, and has an intense flavor thanks to its intact rib bone. The cut is a bone-in ribeye steak from the front rib of the beef. The thickness of the cut depends on the thickness of the bone. A tomahawk steak is normally so big that you can easily feed 2 or more people from it. Fun fact, the name of the cut comes from its characteristic shape, which looks like an Indian's tomahawk. This majestic piece of meat will make all the other diners in the restaurant envious. For smaller budgets, there is the Nusret Burger restaurant. Here, the prices for a meal start at $9.95. For that price, you can pick up a wet burger, a slider-sized burger composed of a meat patty, usually beef, on a soft white bun that's doused with a garlicky, vaguely Italian tomato-based sauce, and then left to sweat among its burger brethren inside a steam box until served to a customer. Don't worry, these burgers are so popular they're never left in that box for too long, particularly in the wee hours of the night. Prices in the Nusret Burger restaurant can go up to $100 for a golden Wagyu beef burger. It's an exercise in absolute decadence when you cover a perfectly good burger in 24-karat gold leafs. Underneath all the glittering gold, you can expect a patty made from the finest Wagyu meat available. The fatty, melt-in-the-mouth marbled meat from Japanese cattle that is considered by many to be the finest in the world. Caramelized onions, cheddar cheese, and more gold leaves, all wrapped in a gold leaf-covered homemade bun. The burger comes together with truffle salt-seasoned French fries. These fries have a crunchy exterior and a light, fluffy interior that will make your mouth water just when you see them. The Salt Bae Baklava Shake for $24.95, which is served in a glass covered with tasty pistachio shards, is perfect for every sweet tooth. On top of mounds of whipped cream, a triangle of baklava gets placed, which is a layered pastry dessert made of phyllo pastry, filled with chopped nuts and sweetened with syrup or honey. Ribs that have been roasted and marinated for 8 hours? Yes, please! The succulent beef ribs are marinated in butter and rosemary overnight before being cooked on an open flame for 8 hours. Salt Bae learned this method of cooking from his stay in Argentina. Perfection like this doesn't come cheap. The roasted asado short ribs cost $225. The Nusret Special is just as much a performance piece as it is an exquisite meal. Your thinly sliced beef tenderloin is brought to your table rare and uncooked. The bone and marrow stand straight up on a special clay plate, which is then covered in piping hot butter. The tenderloin pieces are then tossed in the butter to sizzle before pieces of bread and more butter are added to garnish. This table-cooked delicacy will set you back a huge $215. Unfortunately, that's all we have time for in today's video. Would you love to visit Salt Bae in New York someday? Let us know in the comments section below. If you haven't already, please support the channel by subscribing, giving us a like, and dinging that notification bell so we can keep on bringing you the videos we know you want and love. This has been The Art of Food. We hope you've worked up an appetite. Bye-bye for now. See you next time.
Manhattan safe.